Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, on behalf of your Denver-based podcast crew, we appreciate you joining us for the Friendly Vibes.
Coming to you live from TSS University. No, it's TSS Hilltop. My God. Woo! Folks, we're in a brand new studio. Brand new digs. Brand new white wall that I got to fill with stuff behind me because it looks very white. And a brand new white guest here joining us today. He's coming off of an evening of roast battle till late into the morning, and we've got him up at 10 a.m. to try to get his brain activated with the podcast. One of the funniest people that Denver has to offer, Josh Beaver, is here.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, Helen, you shit on me last night. It was pretty bad. She said, I work at Home Depot, and she said my favorite part of making paint is licking the spoon. And I was just like thinking about that all night. I'm like, fuck you.
Do they even use a spoon anymore to mix paint?
No. But all those old heads, they got it. They were losing their mind. But thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it. It's cool.
I'm well, so that was what, the second round last night?
Yeah. But she,
that's a tough draw.
I think she's gonna win it or get pretty far. So I'm like, it's tough being a white guy roasting a pretty attractive girl, or like a girl that's likable. Like, they brought me on stage, everyone's like, yeah. And then when she went up there, everyone was like, standing up, let's go.
It's a woman.
Yeah. Some guy was just drooling in the front row. It was.
Sir, close your mouth, please.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, that's my dad. But
are you from Colorado originally?
No, my dad was in the military, so I was born in North Dakota was the place I was born.
Okay.
And I lived in like 10 different states. We were moving every 2 years.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What branch?
He was the Air Force. He he would like teach. He went overseas a couple times. He taught like people in Iraq how to fly planes. And he taught people in Afghanistan how to fly planes. But we lived everywhere, like north, south, east, west.
Wow.
But
so do you have like a place that you kind of like call home or call roots or anything like that?
I guess I'd consider like here maybe, or Maryland. Those are like when I was like, because it was when I was little, when I was moving, like Maryland. I love that place. I'm a sports fan of all the Maryland teams.
There's Maryland sports.
Like the Ravens. Yeah, Ravens and
trust.
Mm-hmm. But no, I like it here. Those are the two places I've lived in the most. But dude, I lived in like Texas, North Dakota, Oklahoma, Cali, Florida, Maryland here.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
God, so you never got like time to get like a long-term friend group, or do you kind of pick like people? You're like, oh, I like this guy. I'll bring him along on my travels and keep him in touch, and then I bounce around to 3 other states. And
when I was in Maryland, I met a couple friends. I still talk to them today. Like, I'll just FaceTime them or whatever, play Xbox with them.
Yeah,
and that's cool. I'll go see them once every couple of years. But no, I've been almost here 10 years, so I have some friends. But
how old are you now?
24. I just hit 24 a couple weeks. Yeah, I know I look like 40.
You look wise beyond your years, as they say, right?
I know, all those drugs.
Is that what did it? I thought it was all that mixing of paint.
Yeah,
chemical fumes.
Microdose some paint every morning. No, it was. But I was 7 years. I got in like a big psychedelic phase, and that's where I feel like I like aged 10 years. Cause
wow. Okay. How long did that last? Or when did you get into that?
It was like set, like I was playing like football and stuff. I'm like, I'm going to the league. I'm going to the NFL. I was like I was just, my ego was high, and I tore my ACL when I was 17, and I hopped in all these psychedelics. Like first I started with weed. I'd never smoked weed in my life. Smoked some weed. Like, I gotta try everything. I was like doing like acid. I was doing shrooms.
So you're like a really bad use case for like the gateway drug mothers.
Oh yeah, my dad was like, I fucking knew it. But
oh man,
yeah, I did like a bunch of acid, and I feel like from like age 17 to 18, like, who the fuck's this like guy now? This monk guy that's like Like, the most I did in one night was 14 tabs.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, we grew up outside of Boulder, and so we, got to see certain groups of people that would go down that kind of psychedelic, psychonaut kind of path. And yeah, if you aren't careful, it's easy to slip away.
Mhm.
It seemed like. So in 14, if you rep that over yourselves a few too many times, it's like, oh man, yeah, now I wake up, I'm 80.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, what the hell?
Like, I was the guy that would like peer pressure all my friends to try drugs. I'm like, you gotta do this, man. This is amazing. And now someone's like, you gonna hit this joint? I'm like, I got anxiety now.
Gotcha. So how long did the psychonaut kind of fade? Just a few years?
It was yeah, like, so the trip, dude, it lasted like 70 hours, the trip. Like, I was tripping for 70 hours straight.
That's terrifying.
And if you want to, it's a crazy ass story. I could
tell this story.
Oh god. So I was like selling acid at the time for this random dude in my school, which whatever, and I sold, like, this guy bought like all of the tabs off of me, made all the money, gave him the money, and I had like 20 tabs left. So every weekend I'd pop a couple, whatever, and then me and my homie, we were like chilling. We're gonna go hang out at another homie's house, and I'm like, dude, we gotta kill all this acid, man. I don't want to have this acid anymore. And they were on like a little Sour Patch Kids. They were double dripped. And we all took them all, and right as I swallowed them, I'm like, oh, fuck, they're double dripped. I took like 7 of them, like, and one of them was like quadruple dripped. So we get to my homie's house. Me and my homie are just laying in this guy's bed, and everyone else is like drinking, getting fucked up, and we're like just preparing for the worst.
Oh, my God.
And one of my homies, he like blacked out. He's like throwing up everywhere. His dad comes down, and me and my homie are tripping on the bed. And I'm trying to get the TV turned on, but I forget my homie's blacked out laying on the floor. So I tell his dad, I'm like, bro, can you turn the TV on, like, please? And he's attending to his son on the ground. Oh. And I'm like, bro, turn the fucking TV on in his house, tripping balls. Oh. But we were just chilling at the house. And the next morning, it was like 5 a.m. It's snowing outside. And one of my friends like, dude, I need to go home. My dad's going to kill me. I'm like, dude, if you get the ice off my window, we can go home. And he like hit the perfect sheet of ice, and I thought he broke the window because I'm tripping acid.
Yeah.
And then I drove him in the snow, like peaking on acid, like 30 minutes. Drove him home. I was fine. I had the windows down. I was just focusing up on the road. And
were you like driving the Millennium Falcon? Like,
I was just driving some Subaru. They're like, man, that lesbian's going crazy this morning. But my head was out the window. It's like snowing and shit. Like, I remember when I was driving, like, my car was sliding in the snow, and there was a cop right there, and my balls went to my stomach. I was so scared. I'm like, dude, if he pulls me over, he's gonna shoot me or something. But whatever. I drove him home, and I was driving back to meet up with all the homies at the house, and I'm calling them like, let's get some IHOP, bro. Like, I'm so hungry. And they're like, all right, just go to McDonald's. We got to get you off the road. I go to McDonald's. My card got declined. I wasted all that time just for my card to get declined. Went home. I tripped for another day. And I took this like Friday night, and I didn't stop tripping until like Sunday night. And me and my friend were about to tell our parents we're tripping on acid forever. Like, we were determined to say that. I just went home, watched Black Mirror all day, ruined my brain probably. And after that, I could never do acid again. I was like stuck in like a permanent trip for 6 months. Like, not really, not like where I was tripping every day, but I was like disassociated with myself. I didn't recognize myself in the mirror. Really? For like when I'm 17, like, you already don't know what the fuck's going on in life. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't even know who I am. I don't recognize myself in the mirror. It was just it was crazy. Like, what if I could go back? I'm like, dude, let's do this now, not when you're 17.
Yeah, right. You're like just forming your like fake perception of what you are in the world that's going to actually develop over the next 7 years. Yeah. That's the time that you should take out hundreds of $1,000s of student loans that are non-recourse, you know. It's a good policy we've got going on in this country.
Yeah, I haven't done acid since, man. I think I ruined it for myself.
Yeah. God, I've never done acid, but I've done mushrooms a few times, and I like that. I find, or I was like, you know, encouraged by friends back in high school to try it, and I was like, I think I'm already there in terms of my brain. Like, me playing with my brain, just it plays with itself, and that's a problem. So like opening up the door to free play mode or whatever on acid doesn't seem like I would.
It's like acid's like the cheap mushrooms, I like to say, because it lasts like 12 hours. You take one tab, you're tripping. Like if we took it right now, we'd be tripping until 10 at night. Yeah. Like mushrooms, we could just take a handful and just be giggly for 3-4 hours.
Right.
Which is amazing. And yeah, you're more connected with like the earth when you do mushrooms, I feel like.
So is it true that acid might be like a little bit more like, would you agree with the perception that maybe that's like more demonic, or like, you know, some people are like, of the drugs that come from the earth are, you know, maybe less evilly influenced versus these chemicals we built in a lab. They're probably that's the devil or whatever.
Yeah, because someone could have thrown some shit on there or whatever. But yeah, it's definitely like when you do mushrooms, you feel better. It's easier to have a bad time on acid than mushrooms. Like mushrooms, it's hard to have a bad time on those.
So what ended up getting you out of this like 6 months of like not seeing yourself, and kind of like, how did you reconnect?
I don't think I've ever been the same since that day, but I did some DMT too. I was like, fuck, I need to see God or something. The first time I did DMT, I actually saw myself doing like comedy on stage. I was performing to myself one-on-one.
Whoa.
Dude, it was fucking crazy. And
were you into comedy at this point already, or?
I was like kind of thinking about doing it, but I was at the phase where I wasn't confident at all. I'd watch like a special. I'm like, they're so funny. I'm not funny, and my friend's like, dude, you could do it. You could do it. But yeah, it was like I heard about DMT. I'm like, I got to try this shit, and I took it. And then I like literally, it was just myself performing to me, like in a chair. Like he was on stage and I was in a chair. It was like crazy. I'm like, all right. And then I like started like a year later or 2 years later after that. I was like, I got to.
That's sick.
How did that come up feel the first time?
Dude, you almost like cum in your pants, dude. It's fucking crazy. Yeah. It's crazy.
Oh, shit.
But I don't know. I don't think it's good to do that at 17. DMT. This guy had it. I'm like, fuck it, boys. We're doing DMT.
Dang. And so you start stand up then at what, 18?
No, it was like 19,
okay.
like a year or two later. But when I was 17, that's like right when I turned 18, COVID happened. So I had to like wait. I just wrote jokes all COVID. I'm like, I'm gonna have to write jokes all COVID, and I had only 10 jokes from COVID. But then right when I turned like 19-ish, I started immediately after my birthday.
That's awesome, dude. And here in Denver is where you started.
I've been in Denver I just hit 4 years. So yeah, I just hit 4-year anniversary.
Okay, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You're grinding. You're one of the more well-respected people. I was like, had you on my list of must get guests, and then you sent me a message. I was like, dude, the stars are aligning.
Yeah, man, this is badass. Appreciate you having me in the shed that there was bodies in last week.
Exactly. I know. We got the bodies clean now. Most of the rats. I know.
How long have you been doing comedy for?
So I was a door guy in college. I was like, you know, law school driven path, like school. I play school, not sports anymore type of like bullshit dude. Like student government, like just try hard bullshit. I hated myself for that. Like looking back, like just try hard. And then I was like, I'm like grinding myself into a rut, and I couldn't recognize myself anymore in the same kind of way that you're talking about with drugs of like schooling. I was like, I'm not me. I'm just a book guy or whatever. And so I was like I was a fan of comedy for a decade. And so I was like, I'll go get a door guy job at the club in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, because they had a nice basement comedy club there called Penguins. So I walked in, I got a job, and worked there for a few years, and started doing it then, like a few times, maybe less than 10 times in college.
Oh yeah. How'd your first time go? I always like asking people this.
Oh man, it was rough. It was 5-minute bit around, I'm tall enough, therefore I'm black enough to say the word midget, because it was around the time that midget was being pulled back from the lexicon. Like that's no longer allowed to, well, I mean, we're not supposed to say it now, I think, either, but yeah. So that was my really hacky horrible.
I think you got some of that bit, dude.
I know, I need to come back around to it, but yeah, it was like something that just lit up my heart of like being in the room. Like I thought I understood it because I'd watched so much on the TV. Yeah. So I was like, oh, I get this thing. And then I worked the first show, and I was like, oh, I don't know at all what this thing I thought it was. Like I thought it was just this clean blah blah blah, like, you know, neat whatever. And it's like you get into a comedy club show and you're like, oh, this is a lot messier then they make it look on Netflix.
Oh yeah, it's such a like a weird perception. You're like, I could do that. I'm just talking.
Yes, and then you're in the room and it's like, and then you get. There's some graph of like knowledge basis where when you start learning about something, you think you can like learn or get better quicker. And then as you get more and more knowledgeable about the thing, you realize more that you like don't know or that it's more complicated. Yeah. It's kind of like an art or knowledge arc or something like that. Learning curve to mastery. Yes, exactly. So I'm beginner's hype. I walk into the club and I'm like, oh yeah. And then I see the steep climb of people bombing and eating shit in front of 200 people. And it's like, oh God. And then I hear I'm in this grind stage of like, well, okay, it's going to take me 15 years to be funny. Period. So it's like, oh, well, I'm going to have to work to live or whatever. Like if I can have a day job and do a comedy job, like being around it more frequently for me, I think helps my brain.
That is like the weird part when you're first starting, like because you see everyone at open mics and say like this dude's been doing it for 10 years, but he's trying a new bit. You're like, that guy sucks. I'm better than him. That's like one of the weird things, like because I see all these new comics starting, like, dude, you suck. Who are you? I'm like, dude, I'm doing this bit about my grandpa's legs or whatever right now. Like it's undeveloped at all, and that was like the weird thing you have to get used to is like, hey, open mics, no one gives a shit. Just don't bomb a show or whatever.
Yeah. What's when you started out? Did you have a strategy? Did you develop a strategy? Did you have someone that like kind of told you how to go about the writing process or the set process?
Nah, man, when I was like 19, 20 starting, I had no idea what an open mic was.
Okay.
I was signing up for New Talent Night.
Okay.
Back when you had to call in. I don't know if you were a part of.
No, I think I had maybe just gotten back from school.
It was like right after COVID. You'd have to call this number, and it'd be like Comedy Works. Say your name and say your name or whatever. You have to call in every week, and I was about to get on Comedy Works, and all these dudes I worked with. When I used to work construction, I would kill every morning on the job site. So they said, you have to do an open mic. One of the guys at there forced me to go to an open mic from like right after work.
Yep.
So I had no idea, man. I like went to this. It was like a poetry night. It was like all these old ladies reading poems about their granddaughters.
Yes.
And then I go up there and I'm like, my dick, haha. And
and then all the boys in the back are like,
yeah,
hilarious.
But a lot of my friends came. Like I had like 20 friends come out my first time, so like I did pretty good.
Yeah.
I was like, oh wow, I killed better than I kill now with all my friends. But,
isn't that funny how that's
But I did this joke. I still kind of do it now. It's better, but I did this joke about like putting my dog down.
Was this your first joke you ever did?
Yeah, it was like, oh, I had to put my dog down, blah, blah, blah. People at the dog park weren't too happy when I shot him. I said that. and this dude laughed his ass off, and his wife's like, we don't laugh at those jokes, and pulled them out. They left. And I'm like so scared. I'm like, all right, I have to end it. Someone left. I suck.
First set already breaking apart families.
Pretty much.
Comedic touch.
I'm pretty sure that guy murdered his wife. It's on Netflix.
That is so funny, dude. Wow.
But yeah, that shit it was crazy, man. I was like having an out of body experience. And
did it kind of take you back to that DMT moment of like?
Yeah,
like in a way, like not that same moment, but like in that kind of same visceral feeling that you're describing, where you're like, kind of feels like when you describe the DMT of you seeing yourself performing on stage, that it was like it clicked, that it was like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah, kind of, man. It was honestly like my friend's dad. He forced me to get in because I'd always talking about it with my friends for like a year. I'm like, I'm gonna do comedy. I'm like, all right, shut up and go do some comedy. Like, we're sick of hearing about it.
Love that.
And yeah, they were good friends. But yeah, it was cool, man. And then, like, that was in May. I think it was like May of 21. And then my 4-year anniversary, I advanced at New Faces. So it was kind of crazy how that shit all circles back.
That's awesome, dude.
Like the same date. But yeah, it was a good time. Did you do New Faces this year?
No, I've never done Comedy Works.
Oh, you've never done it?
Mm-mm. I've never done New Talent or anything.
Dude, you should, man. That's like the easiest place.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely the easiest place.
It's
a magical room.
But I've seen people eat shit there easily.
For sure.
We're like, oh, it's easy.
For me, it's like, I don't know. I have this like maybe dumb. Oh, sure. Why not? Goodness, good golly. Come on, fingers.
When I did my New Talent night for the first time, there was another newbie on mine that was her first time ever doing comedy. Oh. And yeah, she's never done comedy since. That's
tough, man. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, I'm great, super great. I used to joke when I was a door guy in college, like, don't kill yourself, because maybe you can go someday be a door guy at the Legendary Comedy Works. Mm-hmm. Like, that's so like, that's all I want to be, is like someone in the room clearing glass, whatever the fuck, you know, like, I don't have enough self-respect to be like, I should be the one on the stage with the microphone. Like,
that is the tough part. I work at your I work at the Improv. That's where I work, but I work box office.
Okay.
So I just sit there and I'll write some jokes. I kind of work there. Like, I'll work like a couple times a month. I just sit in the box and I just write jokes all day. That's like, all right, I'm at the club and then I get to go meet some comics or whatever. But it's pretty chill, even though our club is pretty shitty. I'll say that.
Well, I don't know. I think that like having more clubs of different tiers is just good for a scene. So like even if, you know, like Gnarly's and the Underground and like having these other options is awesome, you know, because there are going to be people that might not fit into the vibe of a Comedy Works.
Yeah.
Like as patrons, right?
It's corporate. Like,
like as patrons, they might just like, I don't really like going out with my wife to this place. Like I prefer this other spot or whatever. So
or it's the 2-item minimum pisses people off. They're like, what do you mean I have to get 2 items? I bought a ticket. I'm like, bro, come on.
Yeah.
But you want to hear? So at the Improv one night, there was this like famous black lady, this comic, and her feature ate.
That's what she goes by, famous black lady. That's a hell of a stage name.
I think it was Shantae Waynes. I think.
Oh yeah.
And her feature had 17 entrees the night before. Like, he ate everything. He ate the kitchen out.
Whoa.
And I'm in the box office. I just hit like a fat parlay. I'm about to go home. I'm such a degenerate. And the feature had to go to the hospital because he was having like stomach pain from all those like shrimp and fish or whatever. And my boss Dan Mazook, I don't know if you know Dan.
Yeah.
He's really cool. He
someone we definitely need to have on the pod, Chris.
Yeah, bro. He's crazy and fat. But so he comes in, he's like, Beaver, get fucking ready. We're gonna have to open this show up and we're gonna have to go out there, this sold out audience. You're gonna do like 15 to 20. I'm gonna do 10. And I'm like, dude, he's fucking with me right now. And he's like, no, get ready. Like, the feature had to leave. Let's go. And I'm like, fuck, I'm not even in the mood, like the mindset to do comedy. I haven't been thinking about it all day.
If you're working a box office and then like I tap you, I'm like, yo, you're going to do 15 in like 30 minutes. Like that, the mental shift that you have to take yourself to put you in a good spot to do well.
Yeah.
The average person doesn't understand. Like, you need to be in the pocket.
Yeah, it was like 5-minute warning. That was what it was. So I'm like, all right, let me listen to this old set from last week. I'm like taking a shit, listening to it, and I walk right in there and he's doing his fucking closer. He's like, all right, guys, that's been my time. And I start having like an anxiety attack. I'm like, oh, fuck. Look, please keep it going for Josh Beaver. And I go up there, and the whole crowd's like, where are the black dudes at? Why are the 2 white guys opening the show?
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm doing all right. I'm doing like kind of like 50-50. Like, I'll get them here. I'll bomb here. I'll do a racist joke here. They were like screaming my punchlines out. So I'd do a joke about fentanyl, and they're like, fentanyl. And I'm like, yes, fentanyl's in the air tonight. And dude, it was so weird. It was like one of those times where I'm like, dude, I wish I had like the night off. It was like, wasn't my place to open that show.
So you were fighting the dragon of a crowd and trying to kind of, you know, get them.
Yeah.
You were thrown into the Coliseum. Mm-hmm. You know, you typically don't feel like that's where you're. Sometimes it's like that with a crowd where it's a Coliseum-y vibe and you're going to have to fight them. But, you know, typically get some prep work. 5 minutes.
Dude,
Take this sword and get in there.
The worst part is I had to help her sell merch after. So,
oh, dude.
I'm selling merch and all these black ladies are like, the fuck was that white guy? So I was gonna buy a t-shirt, but he's holding it. I'm like, oh my god.
That's too funny, bro. Oh,
Well,
yeah, I think I would have some fun there as well. With I miss large black women from St. Louis and Chicago. I can say that with my chest.
Yeah.
I think they're the funniest people in our country.
They are, and they miss you too.
They love ripping on me. It's great.
They miss you getting their Honey Nut Cheerios from the top shelf.
I can happily get that last roll of paper towels back there.
That happens to me at Home Depot. Like, you're tall, can you grab this spray can? And it's like all the way in the back. I'm like, oh fuck. But what sports did you play?
I was gonna side with a Home Depot question about you guys, and isn't Home Depot like the place that's known for like you're like the Chick-fil-A of
dude,
home
it's pretty bad.
like, consumer hardware stores. Thank you, Chris.
Dude, they're like a cult, bro. Like the management, they're all like Illuminati cult members. I'm pretty sure.
It's like, they've got their own little like what's the Freemasons? They got the white and black, but it's the orange and white.
They probably like sacrifice like a Lowe's employee before their meetings. That's
Would you search Home Depot and the Illuminati? Yes, got it.
like they have like a Home Depot chant where they do like they spell out Home Depot and they're like, what are we gonna do? And they all say kick some ass. And so they were like at they were like in this big stadium in Georgia, and they were like doing this in front of like 200,000 people. Like if you replaced like Hitler on stage and turned down the audio, you're like, all right, this is a rally or something.
Yeah. No, when you get groups together, it doesn't much matter whether it's Home Depot or, a symbol they're not allowed to draw in certain countries. It's not good. Bad things come of it.
Like I'm pretty sure Elon was on stage with them when they were doing the chat.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God. We were talking about that. It's like how is that dude so drugged up? It's just because he's the richest man on earth that he can be.
Why not?
It's like ever since he got X, man, he's like gone crazy.
Well, and he doesn't even own a lot of X anymore. I think he sold most of it to the Saudis.
He owns like 40%.
Okay, yeah. So,
do you use X?
I still use X for news.
I thought you said nudes. I was like, oh yeah, nice.
Well, I mean, you can some good porn actually, but no, it's a main way that I can get like a decent swath of different like perspective and sides. I could probably do the same thing with like Threads or whatnot. But,
my Threads is like I liked one chick with a fat ass, and now it's all chicks with fat asses. I'm like, dude, this is like Pornhub. This is like my foreplay.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, it's definitely gotten way worse in terms of the quality of not having bullshit injected into my X experience versus what it used to be on Twitter. Like there's a lot more horseshit ads or fake things that come across and then racist stuff and bullshit. You have to be like, yeah, this is a schizophrenic person talking. Like you can see it because of the way that it is. So,
looks like shit, smells like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Fucking. Do you check your phone right when you wake up in the morning?
I have been, and I'm trying. It's like the number one thing I need to get better about is like not doing it first thing in the morning and then not doing it as the last thing before bed.
I feel like that's like the time people are always on their phones. Like they got us.
It's like so evil, dude. We're all like so withholding. We all need to take a 1984 break and realize we're way far gone.
Dude, it's bad, dude. I was hanging out with my family and everyone was on TikTok and we're watching a movie and they're like, this movie sucks. And we're like 2 minutes in. I'm like, oh God, we can't even watch a movie anymore.
Yeah,
we're cooked.
And like I've been trying to push myself to read, not like listen to a book, like read a book.
Yeah, dude.
and I've noticed, I'm like, oh damn, my attention span's shot compared to what it used to. Like, dude, even just a few short years ago in college, and I'd grind hours and hours of like deep, hard reading out and annotating and shit. And it's like, I couldn't fucking hang now.
Oh, yeah.
I would flunk out, man, dude.
Dude, the thing that like have you ever seen like someone read like on the Stairmaster at the gym? That is the craziest shit. I can barely read sitting down silently.
People that are reading in like public transportation or like going through their lives and reading in these little pockets. I'm like, what do you? No, can't do it.
What do you like to read?
I like mostly nonfiction. I wish I could say that I enjoy fiction, but mostly it has to be about like what's going on or what's happened, like history. A lot of stuff with economics is interesting to me.
Have you read Sam Talent's book?
Oh, what a beautiful ad. The only fiction book that has enthralled me beyond my comprehension has been Sam Talent's book.
Yeah, amazing book.
Running the Light. Go out and get it. It's now republished by Random House, I believe. Look at me read an ad without even it being an ad.
Yes, sir. Who's your favorite comics?
Dude, this is such a tough question for me. My gut string pull reaction is like someone like Nick Mullen.
Nice.
And I say that because I think, I don't know, I like people like that, and then I also like the weird, like classical, like older, like a Steve Martin or a Rodney Dangerfield, or like some of that stuff where it's like we've come so far around where if you did that stuff now, it's tough. It'd be tough to pull off.
Oh yeah,
that kind of characterization. But yeah, there's so much at it. I always have trouble with the favorite question. What about you?
The guy who the first time I saw comedy was Daniel Tosh, and I was like, oh, this is amazing, dude. He's doing everything that I would want to do. Like, that's who I want to. But I guess my favorite now is probably Louis C.K.
Oh yeah,
he's amazing. I just saw him at Red Rocks like 2 weeks ago, and dude, he fucking killed that shit.
Unreal, I bet.
Yeah, dude, he's amazing. Like, it was like super windy, and he's like using the wind to his advantage. Like he's amazing, dude. And I heard when he started, he was 18 when he started. In the first 4 years, he got like sandwiches thrown at him and booed for 4 years. I'm like, damn, that fucking must have been rough. An 18-year-old kid in that Boston scene in the 80s.
It's pretty crazy. The people that are like the goats of it, and the hearing that, like, Dave Attell's coming through next weekend, and I'm so excited to see him again because he's someone where I probably would have to say, having seen in person, he's probably the best I've ever seen in person.
Yeah, dude, I saw him last year at the club, and yeah, I got to meet him after. It's pretty cool. He's a killer, dude.
Just his ability to rapid fire through so much material, make it feel like it's the first time he's ever delivered it.
Oh yeah.
Be connected with the audience, but still able to adapt. Like, speaking of adapting, I'm gonna flip these wings. We'll be right back. I'm gonna kick out. You listen to radio before in your life, Josh?
Mm-hmm.
The AMs and the FMs.
Yeah.
If you're younger than young guests like this, they're gonna start saying no to this question.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna be like, "What is that on streaming? What streaming service is the radio?" Yeah. They'll say that, Chris, someday. Well, we'll kick us to break with our signature station identification. You're listening to 91.1. Oh shit, was that another plane? We'll be right back. We're back. We're live. The wings are flipped.
So 2 weeks off the alcohol.
Clearly not 2 weeks off the
You had sex with a fat chick. You're like, this is rock bottom.
No, I keep, I never, like, thankfully was at the point where, like, you know, drinking enough where, you know, like a handle a day or anything like that. You know, I was maybe down to drinking a couple times a week, if that. But I just keep making stupid fucking decisions and, like, become beholden to, like, not who I am with alcohol.
What's like an example of a
like
stupid...
being unfaithful and shit, like shit like that. So it's just something I'm completely not getting any positive benefit in my life whatsoever from, and I just need to face the reality of, like, just needs to not be something in my life anymore. So
nice,
hopefully we'll be able to be a better person and not an asshole to myself and others by not drinking.
What was your go-to drink?
I've kind of rolled the punches, but an IPA, a whiskey.
Oh, yeah. IPAs are fucking a white dude's lives now.
That's how you get, yeah, you know, long lineage of craft beer in my family.
You can design an identity around IPAs.
Oh, yeah.
Be you.
I did. Freshman year of college, everyone was going to parties with Busch Lights, you know, racks of Busch Light.
Oh, yeah.
My dad got me a triple IPA bomber. Took that to the parties, walking around with that, looking like a complete douchebag. Like, no, thanks, I don't eat out the Busch.
You just want to lick some Busch later.
Just got 17% over here.
Oh my gosh.
So ridiculous.
Yeah, what can I say?
Yeah.
Was there alcoholism in your family?
Yeah, that's the other thing. Is like, I do also have my grandpa was an alcoholic, and I do have like that clear lineage in my genetic DNA. So,
oh, dude, my dad was the king of alcoholics, dude. He invented the word alcoholic, dude. I remember, like he was like in the military. And he was a pilot, and like he drank like 30 beers on a Tuesday night.
whoa!
And I'd wake up, and I'm like, what the fuck are all these cans doing here? I'm like trying to clean the cans up, leaving a couple so my mom doesn't bitch him out. But dude, he went hard in the fucking pain.
Had you have brothers, sisters?
I just have a younger brother.
Okay.
But yeah, he went hard, man. He had to go to rehab. That's how hard he went. And there he is. Yep. He fucking legend says he still wears the crown.
Oh my goodness,
like
dude.
he drank so much and he like a pilot's a high stressful job. He had a stroke. And so he had a stroke and he almost died. I was at school, my mom was at work, my brother's at school, and he's just stroking out at home during the day. And my mom like goes home and finds him. He goes to the hospital, does all.
And that's the kind of thing where you don't really want to be like not with someone when it like that's the one thing where it's like time is really of the essence. Where like if you find someone right away having a stroke and you get the medical attention like right then, it helps exponentially increase the.
So he had the stroke. He got all these brain surgeries, and I'm going to see him. First thing he says is, "Yo, I need you to go across the street and steal me some beers."
How old are you at this point?
I'm 18. I'm like 18, 17. I'm like, nah, I can't do that for you, man. He's like, I just need a beer right now. I just survived this stroke.
Whoa.
And I'm like, holy fuck, man. Like, you gotta chill.
Damn, that's so savage.
Yeah,
and that's what like kicked him into having to go to rehab after that.
He kept drinking after. The doctor's like, dude, if you keep drinking, you're gonna fucking die. And he like would drink, and he drank like a shit ton of vodka and passed out. And then he went to like rehab, and he's like sober now. Couple years sober. Yeah, he's sober now. But yeah, it was pretty intense, man. I'm like, dude, I wish you were still drinking now. I'd love to get fucked up.
Yeah, so now that you've come around, yeah, you're finally in the stage of life where you're partying, and yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy. I'm like, because I've been off the alcohol for like 2 weeks now. I'm gonna go this month. But
nice.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy how acceptable it is. Like you go to a party, you go out with some friends, like we're drinking. You're like, I'm not drinking. They're like, why not? Like you're a pussy. Like, come on, let's drink.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot of social pressure. Chris is someone in my life that I'm like looking up to, is because Chris is sober and
as he just hit the weed, but
sober from alcohol. yeah.
Hey man,
and like it's, you know, he told me like the hardest thing is the social pressure of you know, you miss out. You are either going to get the pressure or you're not going to go to those events where it's going to be a pressure because it's like, yeah, you're not going to drink or whatever.
Well, the thing is, I like waking up the next day not hungover. That's the amazing part. You wake up, you're like, fuck yeah, my day's not ruined. I don't have to lay in this bed all day and hate myself.
Yeah, that's brutal. Thankfully, I didn't ever like love drinking that heavily. I mean, I've definitely had those mornings and those days, but
because you're a big dude, you probably takes a lot.
That's the other thing. I think I got that going.
Yeah, you go to the bar, like, oh, I just spent $300 on buzz. yeah. Where are my keys?
Crazy, dude. Yeah, and if you're out for any amount of time, shit wears off. So,
and dude, honestly, like going out like sucks now. Like every time, I don't know. I'm more a fan of like a dive bar, like where I can go talk to you at the bar. I don't want to go to a bar where some DJs. What? Yeah, you're like the fucking you're trying to talk to a chick and she's like, like get away from me, and you can't hear her. But it's just it's tough going out. Every place is crowded. I'm like an unk now with the bars. I'm like, let's go to the shitty dive bar.
Yeah. Are you single?
Yeah.
So you're going out then? Every once in a while,
every now and then, dude. Yeah,
because I mean, like for dating, right? There's so much underlying social pressure for drinking and dating.
Let's go get some drinks. I don't drink. Red flag.
Oh, what? Yeah. Oh, God. Everyone wants to put everyone in a box. So, do you use the apps? Is that how you meet people?
Yeah. What is it? Let's see, the last chick I fucked. She's probably dead now. She probably killed herself.
No. She's probably thriving. You probably transformed. She is gone. Yeah.
She's sober off 17 hits of ass. But I do all right, man. My friends always try to hook me up with their fat friends. I'm like, dude, stop doing this, please.
Yeah. I've been there, brother. I've been there.
But it's tough, man, to have a girlfriend and do comedy. I feel like once you get a girlfriend, you're not as funny. Like
Really?
I feel like you just get distracted. Like this is crazy. I was hooking up with this chick at Home Depot, and like she was a cashier. I work in paint. We were like hooking up, kind of seeing each other, and I feel like during that period, I was not like locked into comedy. I was just hanging out with her all the time, and she was like a toxic whore. That's how I can just put it. Like, there's no other way to put it. Like, she was extremely toxic. We stopped talking, and she fucked another dude at Home Depot, and now she's pregnant with this kid.
Damn.
So I still work there.
What department does he work in?
He
The wood department, the lumber.
He lays the wood. No, I don't know where he like quit a couple weeks ago, but she's like about to burst. Like the kid is coming soon, and I already
wow, that's kind of interesting.
like I know like it's gonna happen like right next to me. Her water's gonna break. They'll have to like mop it up or something.
Pull a bed from home decor.
Yeah.
I'll have to cut the umbilical cord like crying or yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like weird like being with someone at your work, and now you just have to like not act like you know them.
What was did they intend to conceive? I guess that's a pretty cursed question to ask.
Yeah, I mean, I think they did, but I'm glad it wasn't me, man. That's why I'm like, dude, if I had a chick with this, if I had a kid with this chick, I'd be fucked.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, you'd probably get some good material out of it.
yeah, there's some material from it, but
Do you have jokes about that? About this? Yeah.
kind
Okay.
of,
Yeah.
I tell people that like, dude, is that real? I'm like, yeah, it's weird. I like go through this. I'm just trying to work, and I just see her pregnant ass walking down the aisle. I'm like, oh fuck.
Damn. You guys still talk?
No, not at all, bro. And I always like see her. Like I was at like King Supers writing some jokes, and she's just walking in King Supers. I'm like, oh god, why do I have to see you here right now? But it's kind of awkward. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. You can't really do anything about that.
Well, you know, it's no, that's too bad. That's too bad.
No, say it.
No, I was gonna say it's still Colorado. There's still hope.
Oh yeah. She's gonna get a 2-year abortion after the kid's born. But what sports were you a football player?
I played football shittily most of my life.
Were you a tackle?
I was a tackle most of my life.
Yeah.
Thanks, brother.
Because I was a DN, I'd go against kids your size.
Yeah, he sees pussies like me across from him all the time. You know, you say I take your lunch every time.
Hey, did you fuck that chick at Home Depot, bro? I think this girl's body count was like close to Hitler's. That's how high I was. Nah, it wasn't that bad, but it was pretty bad. Like her body count's definitely up there. You know, someone's gonna have a high body count when they don't talk to their dad anymore. That's the first.
Right. That is it's a clue.
Yeah, like I'm like, oh, what's up with your family? She's like, they abandoned me, but I have sisters that live with my parents still. I'm like, oh, you're the problem.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Oh, word, thank you.
I'm trying to see those eyeballs. I got interesting, weird setup. I got to fix these arms. I'm looking through arms to guess Chris is a problem.
So since you stopped drinking, do you hit like the gym now? You work out or
no? I work like a maniac. I work like. Although I'm going to be taking a bit of a leave from door just to not get completely burnt out. I've just been working in my, like I have a day job and then a second job. So I've been working like 60 or 70.
Yeah.
So,
like,
which is good, but it also has been kind of grinding me with, and then a puppy. So there's that. But yeah, in terms of working out, I've been trying to eat a little bit better. But even then, I don't think I've been doing a good job of it. Truly. I should start putting some fucking effort in and I'd see some results.
Yeah, man. Imagine you with a 6-pack walking around, the moms would go crazy.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit. Sean Rifle.
He gave me there's a weight bar sitting out there. And he's like, if you just start doing this a little bit every day, give it 2 years, you'll be Sean Rife.
Yeah, dude. Even just taking that dog for a walk, it probably takes you for a walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but honestly, I had a double spinal fusion at 25, so I'm 27, almost 28 now. And
some dude really blew your back out.
Yeah, facts, dude. If only you knew, dude. Yeah, so I get this double spinal fusion, and then I lost a lot of weight after that because I was able to move, and then I got the door guy job because I was able to move, and that helped me get more steps and movement, and not just sit in a desk and go home and sleep and go to work and be a cog of the capitalist machine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the desk jobs will get you fat, man. The desk jobs.
He looks for all things considered, looks great.
Yeah, it was like 340, 340 were my biggest, so I think I'm like 250 or something like that now.
Oh, dude, it's amazing.
Gotta keep it going. But yeah, got a wedding coming up. Got to get into wedding shape.
Yeah, just have that dad bod.
Yeah, I get it. That's
When's the wedding? Where's it at?
It's in Denver in August.
Oh, sure. Who's getting married?
Me.
Oh, you're getting married?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Congrats.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I did not.
So I gotta
know
get
that.
in. Gotta get.
August 6th?
Yeah, no, late August.
Did you
need to get into details about things on here?
It's August 6th at the Ball Arena. Make sure you have Did you have like a insane ass bachelor party? Or?
No. I don't even. We might be like doing like something low key, but yeah, not drinking will be helping make that not an issue.
Oh damn! I wanted you to say like I went to Vegas. I did coke off this chick's tits.
Yeah. No, I think there's no reason for any debauchery.
No, that's fun. How long have you and your fiance been together?
A few years now. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So
nice. How'd you meet her?
Internet.
Oh,
Bumble.
damn.
Net.
Oh,
Bumble.
she hit you up for.
Yeah, we got the Bumble
She
connection.
was like 350's my type. I'm just kidding.
Big and thick. Give it to me.
Oh, that's what's up, man. That's
Yeah,
cool.
I'm trying to think, was I that big at that point? Or I might have been down a little bit, but I was still up
You
there.
weren't that heavy.
I was still up
You
there.
weren't Bear Peak heavy.
Oh God. Yeah. My biggest, we climbed.
Dude, we went to the highest point in the Flatirons, and it's like heaviest. Dude, you made it.
You
I
made
shouldn't
it.
have made
They had
it.
to airlift you out.
Yeah, I should have. Honestly, low key, the last it was embarrassing. The last stretch, we're off the mountain. It's like hiking down a normal bit to the parking lot. Like I don't know, 0.2 of a mile. And that was the part where I'm like, my legs are like, they're gone, Chris.
Oh,
like, you're going to have to carry me.
I used to be 275, 280. That was my heaviest because I blew my knee out, tore my ACL in football.
I was just going to say, football, what else did you play?
I was a wrestler, too.
Okay.
I blew my knee out, and you can't move for like 6 weeks. So I'm just like, my mom's a good cook. She's just making me all this good food. I'm getting fat as fuck. And then getting that weight off sucks, dude. It's easy to put on, hard to get off.
So true. Yeah, I really need to keep it off this time.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been someone that's been like, boop, 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 you know?
Yeah.
I mean, always bigger, but like,
Yeah.
let's be accurate here.
Feel like you like do you like gambling or anything like that?
Yeah, I like sports gambling a little bit.
Sports gambling.
Those type of things, yeah. Like I said, the debauchery, man. I'm certainly into it, but I've been trying to tone it down.
That shit is fucking rigged as fuck. The sports gambling, I think.
Yeah, dude. Well, I'm like you. I like a good parlay hit. Like the feeling of hitting something that's not supposed to hit.
Oh yeah.
Knowing the things. Yeah.
What's the biggest parlay you've hit?
The first time I met my fiance's dad, he was out visiting, and we went with his parents, so her grandparents, out to an Avs game.
Okay.
And that same night, I had bet every NBA game, just money line for that night. So there's 10 games.
Damn.
And it was like a $10 bet to win $1,900, something like that, $1,800. Yeah.
Damn.
And so at the end of the hockey game, it's in the third, and I'm like checking my phone, like, because I got 2 more games to hit.
Who are your teams?
I don't even remember the fucking sport.
Oh, I'm saying like who are your teams in general?
Denver teams, pretty much.
Nice, dude.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
Yeah, dude.
I like
Big Nugs fan for years and years.
Yeah, bro. I won like a couple hundred when they won the championship.
Hell yeah.
That was a good time.
Yeah. Are you a hockey fan?
Kind of. I mean, I like basketball a little more, but I've been watching the Stanley Cup. That game the other night was crazy. 0-3 when they went down 0-3, I'm like, dude, I want to fucking bet this. But I'm like, been taking a break. I'm like, all right, no, I'm not gonna bet this.
I had a guest that made me pull up have you looked up your like all time plus minus on your sports book?
Yeah, I think I'm down like 1,000.
Yeah, that's what
because when I first started doing it, I had no clue what I was doing. I would like put like $50 on like Russell Wilson 6 touchdowns.
Something that is never gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, this is a lock, and then I would just get shit on. And
what's your opinion on that? Do you think it should be like legal? Do you think you should?
I think you should have to show someone before you put a bet in. You should have like a financial sports bettor advisor or something.
The state gives like a hotline that you can call into and be
well,
like,
dude, my friend called the hotline. He was like, I'm fucking done with sports betting. I'm calling this hotline. And they asked him like all these questions. And they're like, you don't apply to GA. Like maybe your pride's a little ruined. Like call back when you lose it all is what they said.
what?
Yeah, they're like your ego is just crushed, you pussy. And they're like, I swear to God. Yeah,
Fucking right.
pretty much. They're like,
Whoa.
they're like, dude, you're fine. Like just fucking go drink or something.
That's crazy.
And like just imagine like you called like the suicide hotline, like, oh, it wasn't successful, like try again. That's what it's like.
Can't be that bad.
Like what a terrible method you used. Like why did you think that was gonna work?
But I think like the mixing with alcohol and betting is dangerous. Like I'm hammered, my team is losing by 14, they're gonna fucking win. Like you get that confidence, like anything can happen.
Yeah, that is for sure. And then if it does happen, then you're gonna piss it all away next time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
One of the best bettors I think I've seen is Brant Tobler. He's crazy.
He's always getting it.
But let's see your losses, Brant. No, I'm playing.
Yeah, like the all-time stats when we have him back on, we'll have to have him pull it up. But I bet he's up a bunch.
But yeah, he's crazy, man. He like went to the New York game, like the Knicks and Pacers when they burnt the city down or whatever.
Yeah,
I think he had like a $1,700 bet.
Have you read about his his book in Free Roll about what he did in Vegas and like how he kind of came up?
Yeah, dude. Because I like playing Texas. I like playing poker and stuff.
Hell yeah. Have you gone up with Evan?
Yeah, I'm the one who took Evan his first time.
Nice. Okay. Evan came on. He was telling us all about how he's like coming into
fucking royal flush kid. But he him and I went up the first time and we're sitting at the same table. My dad, me, and Evan. And Evan's like getting shit on this day. And
Camera just stopped.
Oh,
Sorry.
just press it and I'll clap again quick.
My bad, bro.
You're good, dog.
Way to monitor.
But so yeah, me, Evan, and my dad went up the first time, and I'm doing all right. Evan's kind of getting shit on, and I'm like, dude, I just have like a feel. Every time I go with a friend, I'm like, we're gonna get into a fat hand against each other. And so we're getting in this fat hand. He has pocket aces. I have queen jack. And it comes out queen, jack, whatever. So I have 2 pair. He has aces. He's going crazy. I think he flopped a set. So I fold. He's like, I got aces. I had a 2 pair. He won. I'm like, I'm glad my money went to you on like a quick 180 off me. But whatever, we left. And then this kid is like going up every fucking other day. He's going up like a shit ton. He's like, dude, I hit a royal flush, $20,000. I'm like, oh my God.
Dude, that's insane.
But yeah, he's a good poker player. I mean, I think poker is probably the easiest thing to get good at though.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's all about the cards.
Yeah, I mean, it's a mathematical game.
It's cards and luck and hoping a stupid Asian guy bets into you or something. That's what it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's like knowing the math, and then it's kind of like stand up in a lot of ways, right? Because it's like you should have a mathematical approach in some fashion to what you're gonna do, and then you also have to apply that to the moment of being in the room, being at the table.
Yeah, and I mean, and it's also bluffing's crazy too. Like people will just bluff the shit out of you up there. But I think my biggest hit up there was I won like 1,200.
Nice.
I went up there, I sat down, lost the first hand, second hand, and I flopped a straight flush.
Whoa.
And I had like a, I don't know what it was, but this guy bet it all into me. I called. He had the ace high flush. And you're familiar with poker? Yeah. So I had the straight flush. And they had like a Monte Carlo board, and it was like $1,000 plus the pot.
Dang.
And I was like, dude, that's fucking dope. Great.
Yeah. I feel like in college I would go down to this casino that was maybe like 30 or something in between Iowa City and Cedar Rapids, something like that. And I'd take my cash tips from the club every month or 2 months and go down and play craps. And I was coming out positive. And I feel like I don't need to go up to Blackhawk because I would easily slip into trying to make. It's so fun. Yeah,
it's fun, but it's the only place where you could see like someone celebrating and crying at the same time.
Just walk like 20 feet.
Yeah, they're like right next to each other on opposite slots or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know, that the sports betting, the gambling, like these addictions and like the things that kind of tear at people's weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder whether as a society we should, whether we, just on a philosophical, is it our duty to try to step in and help? If we think that it's our duty to step in and help those that can't feed themselves.
Yeah.
In some extent, is this a circumstantial thing where, like, yeah, you can't not piss away your life to gambling, sports, or because like we need to step in and give you some food.
Yeah, I think like in like 10 years, 15 years, the homeless people are gonna have like DraftKings promos holding up. It's gonna be like, bro, I just need like a $50 bet. Like, please use my promo code.
Talk about being like cogs to the capitalist machine. Like, have you seen where I've seen these videos where like Instagram will pay you 10 cents for every QR code scan or something, and like a guy will print out his entire body with the QR code and walk around New York City for a day to make money. It's like, you're gonna have that with homeless people.
Yeah, dude.
Like, you're gonna have an up and coming startup. Like, oh, I'm making t-shirts. Josh, do you have homeless buddies that we can have that'll wear these t-shirts on the corner? Like,
use your homeless for ad space.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, I've seen like a lot of kids are gonna get into like betting. They're taking their mom's phone, dad's phone. They're putting like $100 on like the Pacers or something.
Well, in our generation, it was that like apps, like someone, you'd play these phone games and steal your parents' credit card to put in hundreds of dollars of that.
Now they're putting it all on like the Browns or whatever.
At least at the end of Clash of Clans investments, you've got a whole thing.
Yeah,
the Browns always.
Because I'm a big Ravens fan, man, and I went out to Baltimore last year to M&T Bank, and there's literally a fucking casino right next to the stadium. Like,
what?
Literally the stadium's right here, the casino's right here.
Whoa.
And I'm like, dude, you're getting all these hammered people from the game in the casino. I'm like, this is a little too much.
That's a fucking madhouse, dude.
Yeah, that seems to be a problem.
Yeah, I went out there when they played the Eagles.
Ooh, that's a tough floor of the casino. If I'm a crap stealer, I'm calling in sick that day.
I know, just all these Philly guys, fly, Eagles, fly. My friends from Philly, and I fucking hate Philly now. I hope that city blows up. He's ruined it. Like, I used to whatever, Philly's all right, because I lived in Maryland, and now I'm like, dude, Philly people are like ISIS to me now.
What? Why? Because of the football antics?
They're just like.
Is it mostly tied to football things though?
Kind of. They're just like they always think like they're how do I put this? They always think like they're better than you or whatever. Not like better than you, but like they're just like outgoing, like smart asses. Like, they'll do it for the meme. Like, you ever see that video of the guy in Philly? It's a hilarious video where the lady's like doing the news and the guy's like, fuck her right in the pussy.
yeah,
that's
dude.
Like Philly in one video. Like, he probably walked away and like drop kicked a baby after that.
What do we have on the fit? What does ChatGPT tell us about Philly?
No other place will burn their city down like that
after winning.
Well, yeah, good for them. They want it. But yeah,
is this LA yesterday or what is it?
No.
This is Philly. Right?
This was
after winning a game, they just have violent.
Not a game, the Super Bowl.
This is Denver in about 2 hours.
Yeah.
Seriously though.
But yeah, Philly's crazy. Their fans are fucking passionate for real, but
that's crazy, dude.
And they travel though. I'll give that to Philly fans. They travel everywhere. Like we were at the Raven Stadium. Granted, it's only like a 2-hour drive, but it was like half Philly, maybe like more than half Philly. And it was such a boring game. Like, the Ravens lost like 12-24 or like 18-24.
Whoa. Philly's got to be one of those places where it's got to be within a 12-hour drive of more NFL stadiums than almost anywhere else.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they can get all the way out to.
And plus, you could take like the train anywhere on the East Coast. That's what I liked about the East Coast. Like, I could take the train from Maryland to New York in 4 hours or 5 hours.
That's so sick though.
Like,
so fucking wide and open out here.
That's why you have to like. That's why you got to do stand up on the like. I don't know. That's why it seems like that's the proving ground, because you got so much more society to bounce around in.
Yeah, I like it here though, because I like I like Denver because there's always
I ain't leaving. I ain't fucking leaving.
I'm leaving eventually, but not for a couple of years. I'm probably going to Austin though in a couple of years.
That'd be sick.
Got a couple of homies down there, but it seems like a lot of people are going to Austin. They're like, I live in Iowa. I'm the best comic in Iowa. Let me go to Austin and be the 10,000th best comic out here or whatever.
Yeah.
But I went out there when I was 22 2 years ago, and I met Cam Patterson 3 months before he blew up.
Damn, nice, dude.
So I was hanging out. We were seeing him at the open mics. He was killing. And then 2 months later, he's like the biggest sensation of the year. Like, like it was cool to see like someone go from where we're at to fucking holy shit, he just sold out Comedy Works for a weekend.
It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy how that, arc can happen so quickly if you have the drive if a number of factors coalesce into one.
Mm-hmm. But it's like he hit the lottery pretty much.
Oh yeah. But he also had to be like ready. It's more than that though, because it's like it's not. I think the passive take on it is that it's like the lottery, like he hit the lottery, but it's like building a house. And then someone comes in and like adds all of the furniture and like outdoor.
Yeah.
I don't know how to put it, but like it's almost like he has to be ready when the lottery hits to also have like a code that activates this bonus, level.
Oh yeah.
So,
but yeah, that was cool.
Have you been down on Kiltony before?
No, I never. I signed up and only once. It was Sam Talent was the guest. I was like, oh maybe,
Damn,
but
that'd be sick.
Nah, I was talking about someone with this the other day, like. I don't want to get on Kill Tony yet, dude. I feel like I could do a solid minute, whatever.
Yeah.
My interview will be, but I feel like you don't want to ruin your first time getting on that. Like, it's such a big show. A lot of people hate it. I think Tony Hinchcliffe has done more for young comics than anyone.
Agreed. Totally agree.
Like, whatever. The show's kind of corny now. It's not as good as it used to be, but like, like he's done a lot for them, and I don't want to ruin that chance. Like, I feel like that's like a once in a lifetime opportunity to get on that show and do well. Like Mike Hammock got on, he fucking destroyed it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that one.
I did. Do you think, but how much would change do you think just being better and more crafted?
Yeah, like I feel like just being more comfortable on stage.
Okay.
Like I feel like I'm getting comfortable on stage, but like I want to be like super calm.
Yeah.
Like not intimidated by a big crowd. Like just think about doing like at Comedy Works, like a Kill Tony at Comedy Works.
Yeah.
Like getting interviewed and just being calm. I feel like I can do a good set at Comedy Works, but not just off the dome getting interviewed.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense totally.
Mm-hmm.
So what is that in your mind? Where do you see that? Like 7 years?
Yeah, like year 7, maybe I'll start thinking about going down there. It's also fucking hot, dude. Like it's fucking. It's steaming down there.
Are you doing headlining stuff now? Are you like hitting the road, or where are you at in your kind of journey?
I'm becoming like a feature now. I feel like I'm trying to get to that headlining phase, but I think I'm like a year or two out.
What's the longest set you've done at this point?
I've done the 30 minute set, but it was all right. But I've been in the road a little bit more. I went to Idaho earlier this year.
Sick, dude.
That was cool. I just got back from Wyoming, did some shows in some theaters.
Nice.
It's kind of just like someone's like, hey, man, I need someone to do 10 or 20. Come out and do this.
Nice. Did they give you like a room, or you just driving back?
Yeah, we went to Wyoming, and I got like a free hotel.
Hell yeah.
Got to open for James Camacho. He was very funny.
Sick.
And that was cool, man. But I'm trying to get to the headline. I mean, everyone wants to be a headliner, but until it's time to headline. That's what I always say. But...
Camera's gone? All right. Well, let's see how close we are on these wings.
You're good, bro.
Got a few minutes left on this. Technical difficulties.
I went to Chicago too. Chicago was really cool. I did a show out there.
I could see you like, I don't know, like it's kind of, you've fit that kind of Midwestern vibe, it seems like.
Yeah. I guess, just being on the East Coast, being a fat piece of shit. But Chicago was cool, man. I thought I was just gonna, like, I did an all black room in Chicago.
Nice. How was that?
And it was good, man. Some guy fell out of his chair laughing.
That's how you know you're doing good.
Yeah, this guy doesn't know. But it was cool out there, man. It's cool to go to different spots. Like, you're like, oh, I'm in Denver. This is my little area. These are my mics. You go somewhere else, and you're like, holy shit, there's like this, like, there's another Sean in the scene.
Yeah, dude.
There's another this person in the scene. Like, there's always someone that's like someone in your scene.
That's funny, dude.
like there's always the same person.
That's cool that you get to try to bump. You're at this new stage of like confidence where you get to bump around and like identify back to this like home base that you have.
And every time I go, I've always been like, damn, I want to go back to Denver. Like it's never like, I've never been like, fuck, this is my new place yet.
Yeah.
And I feel like once I go somewhere and it like treats me really well and I'm like, fuck, I could see myself coming here, you know?
Yeah. Denver's great, man.
This is, man.
I think I see, you know, even just looking objectively at it, I see a lot of talent coming out of here in the next 10, 15.
Yeah.
You know, it is a pipeline of a lot of people, if they stick with it and they, you know, they keep their love for it, that they're going to make it at some juncture or another.
Yeah, man.
You know, there's a lot of people that are in the mic level scene that I believe could have, you know, a career traveling the Midwest. You know, to what extent of success is a whole different conversation. But like, dude, if you're able to pay the bills and do what you love, like that sounds like a dream to me.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, it's the goal for everyone, man. You just want to get funny enough or successful enough to quit your day job. That's the first step.
Well, and then there's all these new routes that people are taking, like, you know, quitting your job quicker because you do a show or a pod or whatever. You find a way to sell a thing that people like, you know. So that's the nice thing about this point in time of doing an art form versus others, I guess. You know, if we were back in the medieval times, we would have to find some really rich person who wanted to hire us forever.
Yeah,
I like your artistic brain, you'll now work for me. I'm like, okay, well, shoot, now I guess I do what this guy wants me to do.
Pretty fire, but
so the freedom's fire in that way, I guess.
Yeah, it is, man. Yeah, it's exciting. It's cool, like, because when I just hit 4 years, and I'm like, damn, you know, it's unpredictable. It's so unpredictable.
Just like weed whackers outside in the neighborhood. Unpredictable. If you're hearing those, it's unpredictable, folks.
Unpredictable. But like, I never thought, like, I'm like, oh, I didn't think I'd be this far. I didn't think this would happen. Like, one of the coolest things that happened to me was I got to open for Tim Butterly. I don't know if you know who that is.
Awesome, dude.
Tim's the shit.
He would be a dream guest of the pod, dude. Dad Meat is a great pod.
I can work something out. I know Tim and Drew now. I'm cool with them.
Hell yeah, dude.
And so I got to go on the show with him, and he's like kind of a darker comic. Like Drew's kind of a dark comic. And dude, I did like 15 minutes. And I thought it was like the biggest high I've ever gotten from comedy. Like people were like, holy fuck, dude, you're so funny, man. And after the show, people brought him like hundreds of joints. So he's outside. It's like 150-man rotation of just smoking weed. And it was insane. I'm like, damn, bro, he's the man.
Dude. And that's a dude that seems to like really have done it right. And I look up to him and how he's kind of carried his arc through comedy of like, he's got his foundational important things in his life, and comedy is one of those things, and it doesn't let him slip off from other foundational things. And he's just like grinding, and seeing his success is so cool.
Like he has like a wife, maybe a kid.
He's got a kid, I think,
he's
maybe
from
two.
Philly, so he's a pussy. Not playing by. But yeah, I think he was in Philly for like 10 years, 12 years, and he just moved to Austin.
That's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's one of those things where the more I, as a student of it, and someone who really wants to, whether I like it or not, I think I've found my people in comedy, and it's like, fuck, because some of these people are great, and some of these people are completely degenerate addicts, and that's just what it is. Yeah. And I fit in with that.
The headliners of the club usually pretty cool, because you guys usually get some really good headliners.
Yeah, they're not always typically, with very few exception, just great people, very nice to staff always. And that's a good example for someone up and coming of like, yeah, if I ever got an opportunity to be a headliner someday, like treat the person that is mopping the floors the same as you're treating, everybody.
Yeah, I'd always like if one day when I headline clubs, I would give the box guy 10 minutes or like 5 minutes. I'd be like, dude, how was you? Like, we just had this guy from The Office. Fuck, his name was like David. It starts with a K. The guy, he's like bald up top.
David, I know. David Crin.
Yeah, it's like, I can find it for you if you want. But he was an Anchorman. You can look that up too. Yeah.
David Wallace?
No, it starts with a K.
Yeah.
But so he came through and he's like, who's playing tonight? I'm like, David. And I said his last name. And he's like, oh, that guy fucking sucks. I wouldn't get tickets for that. And then he walks in.
David Kocher.
Yeah, David Kocher. Yeah. And he introduced himself. He was like talking to me. He like read my joke book. I'm like, dude, this guy's like the man of the people. Like, this guy's fucking awesome and shit.
Yeah, that's like, even Dave Attell is like that. It's like, dude, this is the funniest dude in the world, in his generation.
Like, he could just literally be like, yeah, he could like spit on the ground and be like, clean that up.
And I would. And I'd happily clean up Dave Attell's spit on the ground. Yeah.
And he'd be like,
but
do it with your tongue, young man.
Yeah. Instead, he's going out of his way to be a nice guy. So that's a great example for people that want to.
But then, sometimes we'll get headliners and they'll just be like assholes. I'm like, dude, come on, man. Like, you're barely selling any tickets. Like, you don't have the right to be an asshole.
God, that's tough too. You know, you see the other side of that where it's like people that have been at it for so long and then they're still like maybe bitter, or, you know, they're upset that it's not sold to the level. It's like, oh man.
I know, it only just affects other people around you when you're like bitter. Like, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Like, you say it all the time, like whenever, like, the thing that I don't get with comedy is like when people are like running the light. Like, if you're like doing so good you don't see the light, that's one thing. But like, if you're just fucking running the light because you think you deserve more time, like, that's like one of like the big things where people are gonna be like, get the fuck away from me, get that energy away from me.
Yeah. Well, something we hope you don't want got away from you is these wings.
Dude, I'm excited.
We're going to enjoy them. We'll try to record a little Patreon here of the eating. If you'd like to listen, head over to patreon.com/tolerable. 100% supported around the show over here, so we thank you for that.
I'll send you a picture of my shit after.
Nice. We can put that in there too. Look out for that. We'll be right back. We're back. We're live. It's the After Hours
wings,
show.
Man. Those are great.
You got a rating, Josh?
I'd give them like a 8 or 9. It's pretty good.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. It's a good honest score.
I wasn't like coming out of my nipples.
Yeah,
like,
next time. I mean, you got to save something for round 2. You don't want to give it all away.
No, they were pretty good, man.
Well, it's been a good hang, dude.
Yeah,
I'm happy to get to know you on this.
Yeah, man. Let's see. What's your worst bomb in comedy? You think?
Oh, dude. Let me think.
Was it yes or no? I'm just gonna
let me think. It's got to be recently. Worst bomb. Dang. You know, there was a show that I was the MC for a show in Utah for opening for Alan Bromwell.
Okay.
And the second show of the weekend, I kind of definitely bombed. I mean, I bombed both shows objectively looking back or whatnot. Like, but yeah, I was just eating it, trying to claw through, sweating my ass off up there, just
the worst,
trying to get to like 8 or 10 minutes or whatever.
Big sweat.
Yeah, big sweat. They didn't. There was just weird vibes, and I did not adapt well. And I'm still very green, and I just reps wise back then I was still even greener.
Yeah, dude, I had a horrible bomb one time. It was like, I don't smoke weed before I go up there. I don't really smoke weed, and this guy's like, you got to smoke weed with me, man. I think you're a cop. One of these comics, he was like, I was an undercover cop, and he held the joint next to me for like 20 minutes. I'm like, I'm not smoking. And I finally took it, lit it, smoked it a couple times. It was like top shelf weed, and right as I smoke it, the MC's like, yo, you're up in 2. And it's like wide right. It's like a full audience, like packed. I go up there. I'm high as fuck, doing my best shit, bombing so bad. Everyone started booing because I was doing so bad. One guy screamed, yo, this guy sucks. And they all went crazy. And I'm driving home. I'm like, yeah, maybe I should go back to college and quit comedy. Like, I fucking suck. Yeah, dude, it was pretty bad. I
mean, all the greats say, what, you got to do that at least 200 times? I'm like,
yeah,
to get good, so.
But every time I bomb now, I'm like, it wasn't as bad as that one time.
You got something that's like a bedrock to always fall back on.
Yeah, I'm like, it was pretty bad, but at least I didn't get booed.
Yeah, golly. And so how long were you doing in that set?
It was just like 4 or 5 minutes, but I was like a year in, like maybe a year and a half, and like just getting my feet down.
Yeah.
Like just have my first 5, my first good 5. And I was like, oh, if this is brutal.
Yeah, so now you had what you called your best 5, like a good 5, and then, it just did not go well that night.
Fucking bad.
Did you record it and like listen back to it even?
I hope that footage is burned somewhere.
Yeah.
It's probably on my phone somewhere. Like I record all my sets on my phone. I can try to go back and listen. But every time I listen back, I'm like, dude, ugh.
It's rough, right?
Yeah.
It's like me with this pod. I listen back. I'm like, you're such an idiot, dude.
That's how it goes.
Like, don't interrupt them or don't say that. Or yeah, it's like poof.
Yeah, we did both of those today.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So, do you have any like goals for what's to come for you, or?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna try to make it to the finals in New Faces. That's one of my goals. I said at the beginning of the year. I got to round 2, so you'll probably see me at the South or downtown.
South.
Yeah, you'll see him at the South in August.
Give him to me at South.
Like, I had such a good set the first round, like I probably had set of the night, so that was pretty cool.
That's sick.
Like when they were like deciding and went through, they said the first person's name and the claps were like, yeah. They said the second person's name, claps got better. When they said my name, it was like a minute of claps. Oh, yeah. Like we went to a front porch after, people were like, holy shit, dude, let me get you a drink.
Yep.
You killed it.
A black dude fell out of his chair.
Yeah.
That's how you knew you're killing.
For real. Yeah. But my New Faces, there was a chick in the front row. She had like a claw hand. Like she had one finger and it was like a big Wolverine claw.
Did people talk about it?
Mike Stanley ripped her up. He was like, don't shove that thing in my ass.
Oh
but
my
dude,
gosh.
it was a weird night. Like I was doing my set, and like, you know, sometimes when you're like doing a good job up there, people have like very weird laughs.
Yeah.
Like this dude's laugh was like a hyena. Yep. It was just like him laughing. And during my New Faces set, I'm like, someone get this guy an ambulance, and it fucking killed. And I'm like, that's like the level of comfortable I'm getting there, where I can like do a quick riff in my set. But yeah, man, just move on to second round, keep getting better, keep staying consistent. And I don't know, just I want to become like such a good comic. People are like, oh fuck, I have to follow this guy. That's what I'm trying to.
Nice.
That's like a goal of mine, where people are like looking at their notes before they go up there, like locking in because I'm killing so hard every time.
Hell yeah. Flexing like this truck on us.
Yeah, what about you? You got any
backing over your enemies like this truck?
You got any
who's next?
You got any goals or comedy goals, like marriage goals?
Dude, yeah, I would love within the next year to get into the Comic Works kind of scene and whatnot.
And it's just, you got to sign up on every Wednesday
and get on maybe once or twice the next year or something like that.
He works at Steven, I think.
But yeah, for me, the whole thing, the reason I haven't done it yet is like I don't see a rush in it.
Yeah, no, take your time with it. Because I forgot how we've been doing it for again.
I mean, it's kind of weird with the pandemic and whatnot in terms of the time. So you could probably call me like a 1-2 year comic.
Okay, yeah. You're definitely overdue for the newbie set then. Because I remember I did mine at like a year, didn't rush it, but. I know, I'd hit some mics, go out, get comfortable. Like, what mics do you like go and do?
I'd kind of get out to like palette mics when I can. I've been a while since I've gotten out to Scruffy but with working so much, just like need to get out more. So I'm trying to cut down the work and maybe up the comedy a bit.
What's your work schedule? Like, what's your Mondays, Sundays?
Yeah, typically it's like 7 to 4, and then other jobs at South is like 5 to, whatever.
Oh, so, damn, that's a long.
Yeah, so like Thursday into Friday is kind of tough for me, because then I try to pod Saturday morning, and I've worked like 14 hours or whatever the next day.
Yeah, come out on Mondays, man. Monday, Tuesdays should be like when I say to someone like you that's working a fuck ton, is pick like a day or two each week.
Yeah,
like I'm gonna go miking Monday and Thursday are my days.
Yeah,
like that's how I kind of got into it. So I was like, I'm gonna pick a couple days, go into it. And then soon you'll be like, all right, Monday, Wednesday, Thursdays are my days. You'll slowly just start working in. And soon you're like, I need to be on stage every night, or I'm going to lose my, like, the swag I got going right now.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's just like, I could be getting better a lot quicker if I had put more time into it. But I also am like kind of okay knowing that I'm not going to, if I do it less, but having a longer run mindset towards it, and just like kind of blossoming love of it. Yeah, trying not to burn out. That was some advice Mitch Jones gave me, is like kind of finding the pace and keeping a pace that's workable.
Yeah, dude, because my first year I was like hooked. I was doing it every night, and then my like second or third year I went up like 500 times in a year. Like I went up.
That's like the real breakthrough number I've heard is like if you do 500 in a year, that's like a
Like everyone's
type of
like,
a
yeah, you
factor.
went from like, we don't want to watch you to like, let's hear what you have to say. But
Bingo.
by December, I was so burnt out.
Yeah.
December, I'm like, dude, I don't want to go near a microphone. So now I'm kind of easing it up slow, and I'm just going, I'll go out. Like I went out every day this week.
There you go. Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know, it's just when you have stuff to say, like I got this joke about whatever, this truck. Like, I need to go try it out. But it's also like you can't get too lazy either. Like there's a happy medium.
Yeah. Yep. Balance. The eternal balance of the universe. Yeah, try to balance that, ChatGPT. You can't do it. It has no balance. It has no soul. You can't balance a soulless being.
That shit's
Chris.
crazy, man. I wish that shit was when I was in middle school or high
No,
school.
because then you wouldn't know how to learn to think.
I still didn't know how to learn a thing. But yeah, man. I mean, yeah, keep doing it.
Yeah.
Don't give up.
Well, thanks for being on my silly little show. This means the world to me
Yeah,
that you
man.
come
I
on.
appreciate it. Yeah, anytime, man.
I had to come back sometime. What do you have going around in town? What can we plug here? Actually, before we do that, before we get there, have you heard of this country called England, my friend? England?
Yeah.
Familiar? I think I've got a mic for a big mic for this.
Oh, those are niggas with the peas and mash.
I know you don't have headphones on, but you still heard it. Yeah, England. They do this silly little thing over there called knighting. You've heard of this? Elton John and whatnot.
Yeah.
Here at Top Shelf Studios, after long form conversation, I'm doing the hiding. Because all my life, people have been like, do you play basketball?
Yeah.
Hey, can I get a couple inches? How's the weather up there? Shit like this. I hear it all the time. It would surprise you folks how often people like say things to me that you would never say to anyone else about their physical appearance in public. They're like, wow, wow, tall are you? You know, it's like you'd never come up and be like, wow, you're black. You know, it's like,
That's how I start every
Keep it in your pants.
conversation.
It's ridiculous. But what I come to learn being accosted by the general public is that, I'm just in a vehicle. I'm in this meat suit. I drive this, wake up consciously every day in this meat suit. And I look out in the world, we're all judging each other on these meat suits almost more than anything else. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of silly on the scope of things to me. Very silly. So after a long form conversation, I'm pleased to give you a heart height. How tall do you stand physically, Josh Beaver?
6'2", 6'1".
Okay. Josh Beaver, I heart height thee 6'10".
Oh.
As a large-hearted man, that will definitely, down the line, require a procedure. But hopefully you get to the best doctors.
I'll have to get to one of those South Park, when the Kyle became black and he grew 10 inches.
Yeah. Your heart grew 10 inches that day. Absolute pleasure. Where can the people check you out, brother?
I'm at Beaver Comedy _ I'll be at Gnarly's next Friday. Then next Thursday, the Thursday after that, the 26th, I think, I'm at the Improv Employee Showcase.
Hell yeah.
And later that night, I'll be at Long Table Brew House.
Okay. Check him out on Instagram. Go to those shows. Those are in Denver. And yeah, dude, see this guy. He's hilarious. You're going to love him. Please go out and support him. If not, just follow him. It's free to support him. So support him for free.
Well,
go out to a show and laugh at him. And that's free too. How about that? Come on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be doing a longer set on the 26th. If you want to head up to Silverthorne.
Okay.
See me struggle through or do great through 20 minutes. We'll find out.
20 minutes? Nice.
Yeah, so that'll be something.
Hope you kill that, man.
Yeah. We'll see.
Put your notes in your pocket and try not to pull them out.
That would be quite the endeavor.
I'm telling you, bro. I think I did like a 20-minute set like a couple months ago, and I used 0 notes just in the moment. And it was cool, man.
I probably do have enough like stuff to do better that way than if I tried to really structure and note it out. Yeah.
Just have fun with it.
Thanks, Beaver.
Yep.
Leave it to Beaver to give me some great advice at the end of the show. You are a gem of a person, man. Thanks for being here.
Appreciate you, man.
Hopefully he'd come back soon.
Yes, sir.
Well, don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out that bonus content on Patreon. Fuck off and be well.